Chapter 17. Milo looked down at his access pod. He did not recognize the number of the incoming call, but decided to answer it anyway.
"Don't say a word, just listen,"
the voice said. Milo was not one for theatrics, but given the circumstances, he went along with it. He had hung out with Eris enough over the past week to recognize his voice and appreciated Eris's compliance for such precautions. As far as Milo knew, Alex was safe and sound at her mother's old apartment. As for Eris, he knew a little bit more than that, but not much. Until Eris found out for sure, he operated under a veil of secrecy. Ordinarily, Milo would not be so keen on hanging out with Eris, but he needed to set aside his differences and coordinate with him to keep Alex safe.
"Meet me at the spot where we first met."
When?
1 hour.
Milo disconnected the call, then left his room immediately. Across the street from the facility was a privately owned building with an underground parkade. Milo ran across the street and waited in the parkade for his taxis to arrive. A few minutes later, 6 taxis showed up. He opened the door of each taxi, provided a random address to the automated driver, and then closed the door. He hopped into the last taxi, instructed the driver to take him to the Megaplex Pyramid, and then crouched down on the floor. One after another, the 6 taxis pulled out of the parkade and headed in all different directions. In case anyone was following him, this would impede their efforts. Milo's taxi arrived at the pyramid with about 15 minutes to spare. Milo poked his head out cautiously to ensure he had not been followed. When he did not see anyone around him, he felt proud of his cleverness. His heart raced, but in a good way. The last couple of days, his life was anything but ordinary. First, he was chased down by a guardian and thrown in jail. Then he was detained and questioned in connection with a wanted fugitive. And now a secret meeting. The entire chain of events was rather exhilarating for him. With a hurried pace, Milo walked toward the grassy knoll where he first met Eris. It was not exactly the first place they had met, but he was sure this was the spot that Eris meant. When he arrived, Eris was already there waiting for him. They saved the pleasantries and went straight into business.
"Were you followed?"
Eris asked sternly.
No.
Milo said.
"Good."
Look, Eris, I know you didn't invite me over here for a tea party, so tell me, why am I here?
"It's regarding Alex."
Okay, what is it?
"Well, I don't want to say here.
He paused.
I'd rather show you."
Eris handed him a large folder containing several documents. Milo opened the folder and was amazed at what he saw. He analyzed the contents carefully, then asked,
Where did you get these?
"It was in the apartment.
What apartment?
The one Alex was staying in. I went there last night after I received your message. I wanted to warn Alex, but by the time I got there, it was too late."
Wait, slow down. What do you mean it was too late? Where is Alex?
"I don't know. When I got there, she was gone. The doors to the apartment and the bedroom were removed from their hinges, most likely by guardians. I noticed several large footprints on the floor. They seem to be uniform boot marks, and they're all over the place. From what I could tell, Alex made it out the window, but that's all I know."
Milo stood in a trance-like state as his imagination played out the events that likely transpired.
We need to find her.
"I agree. We should start by calling the local authorities and see if she was picked up."
So wait, where did you find these documents?
"It was in a large wooden box underneath one of the floorboards."
How the heck did you know that?
Got lucky, I guess. I think Alex found it too. There was a disturbance in the dust surrounding the floorboard. That's what tipped me off about it.